Good morning, Jacksonville. And thanks to Southern Oregon Songwriters Association for bringing together songwriters from the Rogue Valley, and Kenny Maloney for his brilliant poetry set to music and donating his time to set up and monitor the sound for us today. My name's Carol. I'm going to be singing for you some of my songs. The first one is one I wrote about finding my place under the sun. It's called Northwest Bound. Had the blues for too long a time, so I put pride aside and I took a deep dive into what was behind, what wasn't right in my mind, until I found the pearl growing inside. Hard to find up when all I've been seeing is down. Been feeling lost, but I got 2 feet on the ground. Took some time, but I'm turning this life around. I'm packing my bags, soon I'll be northwest bound. I'm northwest bound for the simpler life. Anymore this city just doesn't fit quite right. Found me a farm where I can settle myself down on the outskirts of a small country town. Times like these like to grow wings and fly, leave this life behind for that home on high. Guess I'll do my best while I bide my time, move to the country, find more of my kind. This city gives me an itch to get gone. Been walking on cold concrete for much too long. Sound of traffic day and night, it feels so wrong. The urge to move on, it's been getting undeniably strong. I'm northwest bound for the simpler life. Anymore this city just doesn't fit quite right. Found me a farm where I can settle myself down on the outskirts of a small country town. Just after daybreak I'll be taking a walk through a lazy meadow, feeling into my heart's song. While the sweet breeze scatters the leaves and all that was wrong, release what I've been holding in for too darn long. Pick peaches under the sun, press apples in fall. At night through the stillness hear the wild one's haunting calls. While the stars pierce through the darkness of the night sky, nothing more to ask for beyond this moment in time. I'm northwest bound for the simpler life. Anymore this city just doesn't fit quite right. Found me a farm where I can settle myself down on the outskirts of a small country town. Thank you. So the next song I wrote about a man who finds his place under the sun. He sits by his campfire under the light of an August blue moon, looking across the windswept prairie, cradled by the great bitter root, into the far distance, those days when the world was his own, when he turned round in his saddle and rode from the place he called home. Tailor, a sailor, he might have well been the Mad Hatter. It doesn't really matter, since he started his life over again. Made good in the big city, the land of promise and dreams. He left it all behind him, follow the winding stream. Took the road less traveled, followed his heart song out west, where the lone wolf and wild coyote serenade him each evening to rest, where he walks in his own truth, 'cause he won't settle for less, where laughter comes real easy, out where simple's enough. He sits by his campfire under the light of an August blue moon, looking across the windswept prairie, cradled by the great bitter root. was listening to a female songwriter, Melanie Gardot, and she had written a song where she used one song repetitively through a song. I like that idea. This song is called Almost. Almost made it through to the other side of love. Almost might have been more than it was. Almost made it through to the other side of love, but almost aren't quite good enough. Almost made it through to the other side of love, when our doubts have no meaning and we believed in us. Almost made it through to the other side of love. Almost made it through to the other side of love. Almost might have been more than it was. Almost made it through to the other side of love, but almost aren't quite good enough. Almost made it through to the other side of love, but you didn't give me reason to trust, and a crumbling foundation turned to dust. Almost wasn't quite good enough. Almost made it through to the other side of love. Almost might have been more than it was. Almost made it through to the other side of love, but almost aren't quite good enough. Almost enough to stand the test of time. When the first fires became embers, our love began to die. Almost made it through to the other side. So I put this next song close to the beginning because I wanted to make sure I had time to sing it. I wanted to do this song in honor of Juneteenth. I wrote this song, one of my first songs, shortly after Elijah Cummings passed. He was head of the Oversight Committee, and the man who pounded his fist on the table and said, "We are better than this," about putting little children in cages. He was also an icon in the civil rights movement, and I decided also to include in it a verse about Guy Carawan and Pete Seeger, who revamped an old African-American hymn called "We Shall Overcome." They taught it in workshops and led it on marches. Guy and his dear wife, Candy, who both became friends of mine, walked alongside Dr. King in the Third Selma March and led the singing, using this song, of course. And then also a woman who needs no introduction, Rosa Parks. choose to stand for truth and let their light shine. Driven by undaunted courage, they are an unshakable force. They walk into danger and stay their course. On the Selma March, one little song was sung. In the fight against injustice, they pledged to overcome. A hymn turned protest song by two young men who led the singing because discrimination had to end. They were heroes among us in the darkest of times, who chose to stand for truth and let their light shine. Driven by undaunted courage, they were an unshakable force. They walked into danger and stayed their course. How can I make a difference? They heard her say, against such a fierce foe, so filled with hate. Months later they did her part in taking down the beast. She stood her ground by refusing to give up her seat. Sharecropper's son, just entering high school, questioned why his kind couldn't swim in the public pools, why laws were made by men that could be so cruel. His sense of right gave him courage, and that day justice ruled. He grew into a man who continued the fight for the honorable cause of our civil rights. No matter what was said of and done to him, this was a war he knew we had to win. He was a hero among us in the darkest of times, who chose to stand for truth and let his light shine. Driven by undaunted courage, he was an unshakable force. He walked into danger until death he stayed the course. A few among the many who choose to be beacons of light instead of hiding in obscurity. They stand strong in their truth so that others can stand tall under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next song I wrote about life in the 60s. I left a farm in rural Pennsylvania, having gone to a Quaker school, and ended up in southern LA in the late 60s. Quite a life change. And so this is a retrospective of some aspects of that time. Life in the 60s, so much was going on. Things that felt so righteous, we've been told so long were wrong. Billed as a summer of love, a sight for sore eyes to see. Naked bodies playing in the mud, like serpents fallen from the tree. Caught up in the notion we could change our world with a little help from our friends. Wanted less to do with knowledge, walked together to the outer edge. Life in the 60s, serenaded by Janice and John. Among the fallen minstrels of our time, still their music lives on. Some followed in Woody's footsteps, took to the open road. Others jumped off the high dive, down the rabbit hole. Some went in search of a simple life, bought a good pair of walking shoes. Some rode the train to Chicago, just wanting to sing and play the blues. Life in the 60s, the start of a new dawn. Imagined everyone living in peace, came together wearing flowers for the cause. Some flew to India, others sat in the dark, listening to electric symphonies and pondering Kierkegaard. Others chose to save the world, got their PhDs, traveled to lands of less than, driven by their humanity. Life in the 60s paid our dues along the way. Some were able to survive the change, others got lost in the haze. Some of us turned toward the east, others traveled to farm out west. Many of us joined in protest of a senseless war that needed to end. Some found their way to Wall Street, others became monks and priests. Bless those who lived and those who fell. Peace be ours, light and love, let it be. Thank you. So, I was sitting in what I call my sunroom one morning in the winter. The snow was falling. I was looking out the window and thinking about writing a song of sailing through that window in my mind into a dreamland. And I wrote this song that day. It's called Ocean of Dreams. Sailed through a garden window within an ocean of dreams. onto a floating island in open seas. Left behind a land, now a far distant shore, where people spend and lose their lives in search of more. Walked within until we found the all that is. Let go of what wasn't right, hanging out in our bliss. Sailed past a school of dolphins, did they just blow us a kiss? Could stay afloat forever within a day like this. Jasmine breeze casts a spell of dizzying enchantments. A cashmere sunset warms our spirits as day turns to dusk. At night the stars entrance with their emerald eyes, bright diamonds that light up and dazzle the darkest skies. Time slows to a snail's pace. Hope we don't awaken from this day. Let's build a boat and sail away. Powered by the sweet fruits of our labors of love, guided by seabirds flying above. While nature spins its tales in spirals around us, seafoam clouds play tag. The wind whispers we are one. Ooh. Sail through a garden window within an ocean of dreams, onto a floating island in open seas. Left behind a land, now a far distant shore, where people spend and lose their lives in search of more. Sail through a garden window. Thanks. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. This is one of the shortest songs I wrote. There are two of them. This is one. It's called Crazy in Love with You. I'm not lazy, I just love lying next to you. And I'm not crazy, just out of my head loving you. Tell me, baby, you're in love with me too. That we'll stay together our whole life through. I'll share you a secret spot where I go on the mountaintop as a view to write poems about as the evening sun sets over our little town. next to you. And I'm not crazy, just out of my head loving you. Tell me, baby, that you love me too, that we'll stay together our whole life through. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul. Looking into yours will never grow old. They dance round and thrill my heart like a hit song that tops all the charts. I'm not lazy, I just love lying next to you. And I'm not crazy, just out of my head loving you. Tell me, baby, you're in love with me too, that we'll stay together our whole life through. I know you're a traveling man, I wanna join your one-man band. Don't need to have a street address, home for me is where you lay your head to rest. Tell me, baby, that you love me too, that we'll stay together our whole life through. You say my smile thrills you to the bone, that your love for me will never grow old, that my love for you rocks your soul. Looks to me like we're as good as gold. And I'm not lazy, I just love lying next to you. And I'm not crazy, just out of my head loving you. Tell me, baby, that you love me too, that we'll stay together our whole life through. This next song is my last letter in song. Deplete all the details. Bury me in beauty, please. Bury me in beauty when I die. Lay me down where I can listen to the seal's mournful cry. Feel the ocean breeze from the sweet by and by, and see the pale blue of a late September sky. Play a tune on your fiddle, dance above my grave, and let your footsteps carry me along to heaven's way. Ground of the march of days now long gone, for I am heaven bound. Remind me of joys and sorrows, of love lost and love found, and the circle still unbroken, and what's gone comes back around. Play a tune on your fiddle, dance above my grave, and let the music carry me along to heaven's way. Praise the life that led us to the lands that we called home, where we walked on sandy beaches and through forests we did roam. Play a tune on your fiddle, dance above my grave, and let the music carry me along to heaven's way. beauty when I die. Say a prayer in memory of days gone by. Lay me down where I can listen to the seagull's mournful cry and feel blessings found in a late September sky. Lay a tune on your fiddle, dance above my grave, and let your footsteps carry me along to heaven's way. Thank you. So my late husband and I built a cabin on our summers off from teaching. He was a professor of counseling psych, and I was a fifth grade teacher. He designed the place. He built the place. So it took us several summers. And I still have it. After he passed, it was kind of hard to find some joy, but that place in the lake just below it was a blessing. This song is called Joy Met Me at the Lake. Joy met me at the lake today with bouquets of wildflowers. I felt the sunlight on their lips. Others' blessings are also ours. These beauties born in marshy ground, neither did they spin or toil. But more precious gifts cannot be found than those grown in the soil. Not treasures to be taken and traded in for jewels, yet no better reason to protect our lands from the ignorance of fools who look upon the unspoiled earth through the lens of wide-shut eyes and turn a deaf ear to the sound of Mother Earth's haunting cries. May there always be a place where my soul can run free, where I can listen at night to the howl of the wild coyote. May I always know the sound of the sandhill's bugle call, and may there always be a home for God's creatures, one and all. An osprey soars above the lake, the perched eagle spreads its wings, a treasure trove of goodness, of which the songbirds sing. Wild geese floated on its stillness, so peaceful my heart ached, and my spirit sailed so easy within this blessing way. Joy met me at the lake today and filled me with her grace. Her heart of gold wove through my soul using threads of the finest lace. Wild daisies, swamp grass, green meadow sweet, a field of common flowers along a mountain lake. May there always be a place where my soul can run free, where I can listen at night to the howl of the wild coyote. May I always know its creatures, one and all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Time is at 11:40. This song is called Losing the Blues. We all find our way out of it somehow or other. Hopefully. Been doing a lot of walking to lose the blues hold on me. The world keeps spinning around me, but the blues is all I see. Anyway I turn, it keeps staring back at me. Walking to the low ground along the muddy water's edge. I might drown in these blues 'cause they're way over my head. Gonna take some lot of praying to right this mind once again. Crossroads, the devil took a hold of me. Came upon an old bluesman, said, son, don't follow me. Got my own share of troubles, go on, just let me be. Came upon an old wise man, said, son, come follow me. I'll show you the way to peace and tranquility. But you gotta stop all that walking and meditate a while with me. I stopped on my walking, I'm sitting under a Bodhi tree. Starting to feel the rush of Kundalini. Doing daily yoga and drinking yerba mate tea. Folks come round to see me, I tell them all just let me be. There's no such thing as troubles, bliss is all I see. It's all an illusion, no difference between you and me. So I write a lot of social commentary songs, and this song was born out of those songs. It's called Time to Write a Good Time Tune. Sure, a lot of reasons to write and sing the blues. Wrote a few myself, watching too much news. Thinking it's about time to write a good time tune. 'Cause talking about these troubling times ain't any use. Holding hands under the stars with your true love, light shimmering through aspen trees, blue skies above, peaches in the pantry picked under a warm summer sun, can of these sweet memories when the day is done. Sure, a lot of reasons to write and sing the blues. Wrote a few myself, watching too much news, thinking it's about time to write a good time tune. 'Cause talking about these troubling times ain't any use. Walking through a field of amber waves of grain, watching the world pass by from an outbound train, singing along with Jimmy, missing Mississippi and you, and Bill Monroe in his lonesome cry to a Kentucky blue moon. Sure, a lot of reasons to write and sing the blues. Wrote a few myself, watching too much news, thinking it's about time to write a good time tune. 'Cause talking about these troubling times ain't any use. The quiet time that comes when morning chores are through, take my old guitar off the wall, strum a tune or two, fill the room with songs, some old, some new. No better way to pass the time when I'm missing you. Sure, a lot of reasons to write a good time tune. Been writing a few myself since I quit watching too much news. And any time's the right time to sing a good time tune. 'Cause thinking on happy times is a right nice thing to do. One more. Thanks. So one last song for you. It's another one about my cabin in the woods. No surprise, it's called My Mountain Home. Never tire of driving up this winding road, through old growth forest to my mountain home. Osprey are circling in the sky above, calling to me their song I so love. No flashing street lights to interrupt the night, no neon signs tell me what I need to buy. Clouds drift slowly across the winter sky. Mountain ridges, snow-covered fir and pine. Beauty beyond words surround me. Joy fills my heart and I breathe easy. Peace sets my tethered soul free. Walking under cover of these tall trees. Squirrels scold me from their perch on high. Let me know they see me as I walk on by. Tracks in soft earth lead down to the lake, where deer quench their thirst each perfect day. God seems to like it here as much as I. Greets me with her beauty each day and night. A blessing way where what I felt wrong in my life dissolves in the stillness into all that's right. Beauty beyond words surrounds me. Joy fills my heart and I breathe easy. Peace sets my tethered soul free. Walking under cover of these tall trees. Ancient wisdom hidden in these rock-strewn hills. Spirit speaks in whispers through the rustling wind. Mother Earth pulls me unto her loving breast at night as I lay down to rest. Beauty beyond words, joy fills my heart. Peace sets my tethered soul free. Walking under cover of these tall trees. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a beautiful day.